Hey guys, today we're looking at what if the Indian subcontinent united. Now this will probably not happen for a long time, but in this video everyone put aside their differences and united into one country. So this is the flag that I'm gonna use, and I'm sorry if this flag doesn't look perfect. Well, it doesn't look that good, but it's just really difficult to put so many unique flags into one. So orange for India, the thunder dragon is for Bhutan, the green and white is for Pakistan, the yellow outline is for Sri Lanka, and the Maldives flag is for Maldives, and the little star is for Nepal. Anyways, we can begin. I decided to not include Myanmar in this because most maps don't feature it, but it's still sometimes included. But I decided to just leave it out. So for this so we're gonna do the classic thing and put India in red. Now we don't need to put the Maldives in red because there isn't even any white there. And wait, let me just do this. And yeah, now the Indian subcontinent is red. I think I'll just call it India because it's a little easier. Or just the subcontinent, but whatever. Anyways, I might won't be too expansionist. I don't know if it would have problems with China because India is there, but Pakistan is there too. So I'm not sure. But let's just begin. So their first enemy is gonna be Afghanistan. Let's color in that little panhandle. So first step is so they declare war on Afghanistan and they make way to Kabul. 1 second. So their plan is easy. Just go to Kabul, which basically borders Pakistan. So this will very likely not be too difficult. So they make way to Afghanistan. And everything is going well because Afghanistan isn't that strong after the whole war with the United States. And Pakistan, India, and united together would be very strong alone. Not to mention there's the tiny little armies of Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Nepal. So they take Kabul, and Afghanistan still continues fighting. Their people are very they want to protect their country. Now they still make way and they do a little bit of encirclements. They decide to do this and cut off Afghanistan, and they cut it off again, and they fully take this part, and Afghanistan just decides that enough is enough and they surrender. Wait, let's color in these little parts. Okay, this is very annoying. You know what? So they decide to make a peace treaty and Afghanistan gets fully annexed. Now their next target is gonna be Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. So let's color these two in. And now they're gonna begin their adventure. So first step is go to Dushanbe. Now this is a bit more difficult because it's on a bit more north, but their militaries are tiny, and this country's army is big. So this will very likely be easy peasy. So they take out quite a bit of southern Tajikistan, and both of them meet up. And now they just make way to Dushanbe and take the city. So Tajikistan still won't exactly surrender because they're quite I don't know. But after all of this fighting, Tajikistan just decides that surrendering is the smartest option. And Pakistan and the Indian subcontinent, or I guess just I don't know what I'm gonna call it. They decide to use Tajikistan to make way to Kyrgyzstan. So they're gonna go to the capital of, I don't know what it's called. Now this will be a bit of a long way because it's quite up north. And they make way, they cut it in half, and they are super close to the capital, and they have took it. So Kyrgyzstan surrenders. So in the peace treaty, both Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan are fully annexed. Now the Indian subcontinent does not like these ugly exclaves, so they just buy them from Uzbekistan. I mean, they have the money. So yeah. Now their next target is gonna be Mayan. Oh, wait, I just realized I forgot to color in these islands. Wait. Give me a second. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here. Now their next target is gonna be Myanmar. Now, I don't know what are Thailand and Myanmar's relations in real life, but for the sake of the video, Thailand is gonna join this little battle too. So they want to get to the capital that I forgot the name of, and the Indian subcontinent begins their journey. So they tell Thailand to begin their attack, and Thailand does exactly that. They start from the Burmese panhandle, and they make way all the way here. Boom, 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 and they manage to take it all the way here. So both of them make plans to cut off Myanmar from the sea, and the Indian subcontinent decides to take these little islands, and Thailand does so too, and both the Thai and Indian subcontinental militaries meet up. So they cut off Myanmar from the sea, and now it's time to make way to the capital. Now they just zoom in, and boom, the Indian subcontinent takes the capital. And while they hold it up, Thailand takes this part, and yeah, Thailand and Myanmar just surrenders. In the peace treaty, Thailand gets the Burmese panhandle, and the Indian subcontinent gets the rest of it. So let's color Thailand back in white. And now the Indian subcontinent has another plan, and that plan is the invasion of Uzbekistan. So they want to go to Tashkent, which will be super easy because it's basically right here. So it basically borders Tajikistan. So what they do is they start from here, and they just take this part, and boom, Uzbekistan has no more capital anymore. But they don't surrender yet. They want I don't know, they just don't want to surrender to the Indian subcontinent. So the Indians, Pakistanis, and maybe even Nepalis and Bhutanis and Bengalis and all these guys just continue making way to Uzbekistan. Now they decide to do a little bit of this, and and boom, this is now looking a lot how do I say this, worse for Uzbekistan. They have no more Tashkent, and the Indian, Pakistanis, and everything troops are just rapidly approaching. They're making way very fast, In fact, I might say that they are even doing a little bit of this. And Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, they still do not surrender because I don't know why. I guess they're stupid. But boom, 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 boom. They managed to take the entire country. So, in the peace treaty, they take quite a large chunk of Uzbekistan, maybe that's like half of the country, and make a puppet out of the rest. So, I'm gonna color the puppets in dark red, just because why not? And the Indian subcontinent's next target is Turkmenistan. So, they get ready to, they prepare to take Ashgabat, and yeah, it's time to battle. So, in the Indian subcontinent sends out troops from eastern India. Wait, I mean to Afghanistan. And they tell Uzbekistan, hey, send us troops already. And Uzbekistan's like, fine. Well, they don't send troops, but they like they aid the subcontinent in the battle. So the Indians and Pakistanis continue to make way into Turkmenistan, and they tell Uzbekistan to rush quicker to Ashgabat. So they meet up, and while the subcontinent takes eastern Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan begins taking some land from Turkmenistan, and they begin making it to the bottom, and they are very close to Ashgabat, and they successfully take the city, and Turkmenistan just surrenders. So, in the peace treaty, the eastern part of the subcontinent gets eastern Uzbekistan and eastern Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, the puppet state, for the first time, actually gets the longer end of the stick by getting Ashgabat. I know, quite nice. So the Indian subcontinent decides that they should not mess with Iran or Kazakhstan, and they can't really go to, well, I mean, actually I think they can go to Azerbaijan, but I'm not sure. So they are in a bit of a dead end. They are allies with Thailand, and they can't be messing with Indonesia here. So the most sensible target will be Laos. And yeah, Laos will basically instantly fall. I'm not sure if this is even gonna be a match. The Burmese and the Bengali troops just swoop in and basically just and they literally do not hold back. They just take the entire country, and their military just cannot do anything. And boom. So in the peace treaty, Laos just gets completely annexed. So the Indian subcontinent, their next target is gonna be Cambodia and Vietnam. So they declare war on both of them, and they're gonna begin their mission to take a lot of Southeast Asia, well, except Indonesia. So they managed to swoop into Cambodia. So they managed to swoop into Cambodia, and they're having a pretty easy time. Their capital is on the south, though. But Vietnam decides to do a funny thing, And do you want to know what they do? Do you? Well, they began liberating Laos from the Indian subcontinent, and they even clean up Cambodia. Now this Indian subcontinent isn't having a very good time, so they just say move, 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 and they keep on trying to invade, to clean up the Vietnamese troops. But while they're busy cleaning up Vietnamese troops, Vietnam, they decide to troll them a little, just a tiny little bit, and they boom, 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 and yeah, they basically take this part of Laos. So the subcontinent is very unhappy about this, and Vietnamese soldiers are blocking the way to Laos, and they kind of need to entirely mobilize their military, but their military is here, and Vietnam is here. So while the subcontinental military is moving, they can basically retake the entirety of Laos. And the Indian subcontinent, they are very, 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 very angry about this. Do you want to know why they're angry? It's because Vietnam is winning. So what they decide to do is they say, hey China, I know we aren't exactly best friends, but please, 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 please join this. You will get the a bit more of the South China Sea. Please join. And China is like, well, doesn't seem like a bad idea. And Vietnam is like, oh. So they finally make way, and China is making way to Hanoi. And what they do is, while the subcontinental military is still moving, they clean out the Vietnamese troops, and the military has finally arrived. So Vietnam probably regrets this. They have been succeeding, but eventually but you don't always succeed forever, Vietnam. And that's a lesson you must learn. Now Cambodia is like, well, I guess I shouldn't worry too much right now because they're very focused on Vietnam and not me, so I might as well just upgrade my military while they're doing their thing. So the Chinese military makes way, and they finally reach Hanoi, but this isn't a complete loss for Vietnam, because guess what they have? Ho Chi Minh City. Yes, everyone's favorite Ho Chi Minh City. And this is around the part where they begin reaching the jungle areas. And it's not impossible for them, but it's definitely difficult to move through a jungle. But the subcontinental military of India, or I guess just the Indian subcontinent military, is just having a field day, absolutely decimating Vietnamese soldiers in Laos. And they made way to Cambodia. So they decided to make a deal with China. China just continues making way to Vietnam while they begin their invasion in Cambodia. So they just rush in to take the capital, and boom. And they even take a tiny little bit of Vietnam, and Cambodia just surrenders. So no more Cambodia, but there is a Vietnam. Now So now the soldiers of both of these nations begin uniting together, and they have a very difficult time moving through here. Same thing with the Chinese military, but Vietnam decides that they are still managing to do this, and they surrender. So in the peace treaty, the Indian Subcontinent retakes Laos and they take Cambodia, and China gets all of Vietnam, which gives them even more access to the South China Sea. And China is very, very thankful. They're like, okay, thanks India. And their relations have kind of improved. So, after this, the Indian subcontinent is still unsure on where to go. They have done basically everything they can, and the Philippines would definitely be difficult. Malaysia, maybe, but they would probably need to make a puppet out of it because it's too far, or make it a colony. And Indonesia, Australia, and I mean they could try and take East Timor, but I'm not sure if they should. So yeah, they have kind of met a roadblock. So they think and think and think, and they decide to go to the conclusion that let's take Mauritius. Where they got that idea? Don't ask me. So they declare war on Mauritius, and yeah, their military is gonna go to Port Louis to and make sure they surrender. So they have quite a large navy, I imagine. So they go in from the tip of India. They go through some islands, but they don't really take them because that's the Maldives. So they are just currently making way, and they are having a very, very, very good time, and they aren't exactly doing anything right now, just moving their navy. And yeah, after a long time they reach Mauritius, and it's time for Mauritius to say goodbye. They annex them in 2 seconds. In the Treaty of Peace, they just declare full annexation, you have no choice. And Mauritius becomes a colony of the Indian subcontinent. So they decide that enough is enough, and let's get on with the states of the subcontinent. Alright, so let's get on with the states. So this will most likely be a state. This state will most likely be just called Sri Lanka. This would be called Colony of Mauritius or something. This would be called probably territory actually of the Maldives. Like territory. It will be called a territory because it doesn't have a very big population. So Bhutan would most likely be a separate state, and India would get Bangladesh and Nepal. And I imagine Kashmir would be an entirely different state. I'm not sure if this is Kashmir because it's very difficult to draw a good map of the states without borders. But Afghanistan, Pakistan United, and I imagine this state would be called Eastern Central Asia and Western Central Asia. And I imagine this state would be united into one. The state of Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia, or just it would probably be united under the name Myanmar. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and have a good day, and bye.